Welcome back to Mad Marketing's YouTube channel. Today we're going to be discussing a little bit about on-page optimization. So we're going to be touching on some SEO today. A lot of you guys are going to benefit from this, especially if you're blogging, right? If you have a content strategy in place, these are some of the things that you want to pay attention to. Of course, there are more factors in SEO that you want to pay attention to, but if you're new to SEO, if you're a beginner at SEO and you're publishing content on the web, here are some things that you must know, right? And before I jump in, if you guys don't mind, right, like and subscribe to the channel. This is going to help other people out there learn this information because they'll be able to find the video. Now let's jump in. The first thing you should be paying attention to is your header tags, right? Your header tags is essentially like the title of your article, things like that. And they're a crucial part to your SEO. You want your targeted keywords to be in your H1 tag. Keep in mind that each page on your website, ideally, it's best practice to have only one H1 tag per page so that you don't confuse the Google bot that's crawling your page, right? Because then they won't know which header tag is the most relevant for the page. Then you'll come to learn, that there are other header tags other than the H1. There's H2, H3, all the way down to H6. Now, these you can have multiple H2s, multiple H3s, but there's a special way in which you're going to use them, and I'm going to include a link in the description to an article that I wrote on how to organize your blog, and it's going to explain entirely how you can optimize your header tags format for the best experience for your users, right? Next, you want your keywords to be in your content. So after you've done your keyword research and you've selected the keywords that you want your article to rank for, you want to make sure that you include those keywords in your content without overstuffing your content. So sprinkle them in like on ice cream, but don't overload your ice cream with these sprinkles. Don't overload your content, your article, your blog with your keywords. A nice way to do this is by using keyword density. It used to be used a lot more in the industry. People used to take how many words there are in their article and how many times they included their keyword and divide the amount of times that the keyword is in the article by the amount of times, by the amount of words that are in the article. So let's say I dropped my keyword in the article 30 times, but there are 1,000 words in my article, right? So that's leaving me at 3%. 3% of my article consists of my keywords. Ideally, you want to be around 1%. And keep this in mind, this is different for each keyword. So if you're targeting 2 different keywords, one of them has 10 out of 1,000, that's 1%. That's fine. The other one has 20 mentions of that specifically targeted keyword, has 20 mentions in a 1,000-word article, that's 2%. Try and decrease that a little bit. Try and, for each targeted keyword, especially important ones, to be at that 1% mark. You don't want to overstuff your article because Google can look at this as spam and not quality content for your readers. Next, your meta title. Your meta title is not something that is seen on the actual article, right? However, this is what is seen on the Google SERPS page or the Google search engine results page. So whenever you're searching for an article on Google and you get that list, right, of other articles to choose from, they have a title, they have a description. That title is your meta title. What you want to do is include your targeted keyword or your most important keyword and include that in your meta title. You can also include a boilerplate like I do. For example, I've written an article on keyword research made easy. I'll also include that in the description below. And then after keyword research made easy, it's a dash and it says my business brand, Mad Marketing. How can a boilerplate be helpful? Well, depending on the size of your company, depending on the amount of content that you actually have out there, that name being seen so often can help with your brand awareness, right? And so if people have visited your articles before and have enjoyed your content previously, and they know it's from you, they know it's from Mad Marketing, the next time they come across a Mad Marketing article, they might be more likely to click it. Again, this depends on the size of your company and your brand awareness. For example, Moz Pro, a tool that I use for keyword research, actually did a study, if I remember correctly, and removing their boilerplate actually helped increase their click-through rate. Now, why is that? Moz is a giant in the Google search engine results pages when it comes to learning about anything around SEO. So most SEOs are familiar with Moz and don't necessarily need that boilerplate to be there for them to identify that this is indeed a Moz article, right? They can see that in the URL. Moving on. Next, your meta description. Again, your meta description is going to be seen on the Google SERPS, and it can help you stand out. Now, usually Google allows 160 characters for your meta description. In some cases, Google will randomly select content and allow them to have 300 characters. So, if you're ranking on the first page in a SERP and you want to take up more space, more real estate on that page, ideally your meta description is going to say everything that it needs to say and contain your targeted keyword in that first 160 characters. If there is more, you can write it after that 160 characters. This way, the information you need to get across to the reader is all done before concatenation, and that's where Google will cut you off, right? After that 165 character limit. So all the important information is in that first 160 characters, and if there's more, included after that 160 characters as additional. So in the event that Google selects you to be a listing that can show more than the 160 base, then you'll just take up more real estate. But in the event that you're not selected to show more than that 160 characters, at least all the important things that need to be said are shown and not cut off by Google. Last, your alt tags. Alt tags are tags or keywords or descriptions that you would give an image. You can do this easily on the back end of your site, whether it be Shopify, WordPress, Squarespace. You have the ability to add alt tags. Okay, so you have the ability to add alt tags, and what you want to do for your alt tag is not necessarily keyword stuff, but yes, it's helpful to include your keyword in your alt tags, right? However, you don't want to just say, let's say we're going to use the same example as earlier, keyword research made easy, and I have an image on there, and then I just have the following as my alt tag: keyword research, comma, keyword research made easy, comma, SEO keyword research, comma. mad marketing keyword research. That is keyword stuffing. That's not something you want to do. Ideally, what you would like to do is include your most important keyword in the alt tag and be descriptive about the image itself. What is the image actually showing? What this will help you do is get your images to even start ranking in the image SERPs of Google. So if someone would search keyword research made easy and they clicked images, your image could potentially show up. Now, mind you, this doesn't necessarily bring in much traffic, but it acts as an extra place within your article. And I don't include alt tags in your keyword density that we discussed earlier, but it adds an extra place in your article where you can have your keyword, letting Google know even more so that yes, people searching for this keyword would likely benefit from reading this article as it is clearly relevant. So I kind of went through that really fast. If you need to, watch it again. This is your on-page optimization. There are more things that you could learn, and I'll be glad to post more videos and even go more in depth on certain things. But most importantly, these are things you want to be paying attention to, especially as a beginner, right? So I hope you found value in this video. If you did, like, subscribe, hit the bell notifications, and I'll see you guys next time. Mad Marketing out.